Hello my toy friends, welcome back. I'm Will, and in this video we're going to talk about my collection of the 1982 M.A.S.H 4077 toy line by Tristar. These are toys based off the TV show that was based off a movie that was based off the book about Army field surgeons during the Korean War. For those not familiar with M.A.S.H, an acronym for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, it was an American war comedy drama television series that aired on CBS from 1972 to 1983. It was one of the most popular shows of its time, and the final episode is the most watched episode in TV history. For this video, I'll be showing you my collection, which is not complete, but it's pretty darn close. In my research for information about the line, I came across an excellent blog devoted to the show and an extremely well-written and complete history of the toy line. I put a link to that blog in the description, and I urge you to go read it. The M.A.S.H toy line was launched in 1982 and offered 8 figures, 3 vehicles, and 1 giant playset. Tristar's line of figures included the following: Captain B.F. Hawkeye Pierce, Captain B.J. Honeycutt, Corporal Maxwell Q. Klinger, Corporal Maxwell Q. Klinger in drag, Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, Colonel Sherman T. Potter, Father John P. Mulcahy, and Major Charles Emerson Winchester II. The figures also featured excellent head sculpts, especially for the time. They really do look like the actors and hold up to even today's standards. Tristar released 3 M.A.S.H vehicles during their run: the Medical Unit Ambulance, the Medical Unit Jeep, and the Medical Unit Helicopter. They also released the M.A.S.H 4077 military base, which featured a pre-printed 16 square foot durable vinyl playmat, mess tent, headquarters, Potter's office, Klinger's office, post-op building, and the swamp. They're very well made action figures and fit in perfectly with my G.I. Joe figures and vehicles. When I purchased these, I was thrilled to have them in my collection. Then as I was setting them up alongside my Joes, I thought to myself, who are these really for? I mean, were these toys really targeted at kids? Were they supposed to recite lines from the show, or reenact the pranks that they played on each other, or perform life-saving operations while making witty remarks to each other? It just seemed like a really odd choice. And I suppose the answer is that it was an odd choice, and that these toys failed to capture the imaginations of children and the dollars of their parents. This is also the same time that Hasbro launched the G.I. Joe 3 3/4 inch line, and Star Wars was still dominating toy store shelves. In my research of the toy line, I looked specifically for comments and retrospectives about people's memories of playing with these toys. I couldn't find any. Almost all the comments I saw were people either buying, selling, or speculating their value. It seems that unlike many of the toys of the 80s, these are being collected mostly for their rarity, rather than the nostalgia of playtime from days long gone. I can imagine that most, if not anyone, that had these mostly received them as a gift and used them with their other toy lines instead of recreating the show. If you have fond memories of these toys, you have them or you've played with them, I would love to hear from you. How did you play with them? Did the show influence the way you played? Or were these just integrating to your Joe team like I did here? Comment below with your thoughts on this toy line. M.A.S.H was a show that lasted many years and still lives on in our memories and on reruns. The toys, however, did not hit the mark for most children of the time. I think that they were well made, but an odd choice to adapt into a toy line. I'm happy to have them in my collection, and I'm really glad I was able to share them with you today in this video. Thank you for joining me today as I presented to you a brief history and my collection of this interesting toy line. Thank you for watching and have a great day.